Hi, I've had a couple of emails in the past couple of months, both asking about how to use TPE to plan for a phenomenon known as Diamond Mount Fuji, or the Fuji Diamond. Let's have a quick look and see what that actually is. We'll use Google to pull up a few photographs of it. Diamond, there we go. And as you can see, it's the sun appearing to set behind the summit of Mount Fuji, and you'll see many of these are shots taken across lakes, so you get the nice reflection. If I have a look at this one here, you can see that a little bit more clearly. So there's the sun, there's the summit, nice reflection. Let's click through and have a look at some of the information on this blog page. So one of the best seasons to enjoy Mount Fuji is in January. Low temperatures, clear skies. Observe the famous Diamond Fuji, which can only be observed during this season, it says. Enjoy a tour of 4 of the best Mount Fuji viewing spots, Lake Kawaguchi, Lake Yamanaka, a couple of others there as well. So this is what we're looking to plan using TPE. So let me show you how that goes. First of all, let's go to Mount Fuji. There we go. So I'm on today's date, Saturday 9th of March. We're at the summit of Mount Fuji. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see a little more of the surrounding terrain. And here are some of those lakes that we read about before. There's Lake Yamanakako, it says there. Now, let's imagine that we want to take the photograph from this lakeshore and have the sun dropping behind the summit here on Mount Fuji. I'm going to take that grey pin, drop it on the lakeshore there, and then I'm actually going to swap the position. So we're shooting from here on the lakeshore, the summit up here. Now, the key thing in working out how to calculate the right date for this shot is to know that when the sun drops behind the summit, that's not the official time of sunset. Sunset, sunrise, moonset, moonrise, all of the times that you'll see published in pretty much any source for those occasions are calculated on the basis of flat terrain, so flat terrain out to the horizon. And clearly in this situation, with a large mountain in the way, we don't have flat terrain. Therefore, these set times, simply getting the date when sunset aligns along this line here from red to grey pin is not the date that you need. And the reason for that is that there is a significant angle vertically between the lakeshore and the summit of the mountain, and we can measure that angle using TPE. On this, for these positions, that angle is 10.1 degrees, so a fairly significant rise. So the sunset times don't tell you the information you want. You need to be using the slider here to get the sun alignment when its altitude, we see altitude here, is at 10 or so degrees above the horizon. Now we can see that here on Saturday, March 9th, we're significantly ahead of the optimal season that was reported on the web page, and also the sun here is setting quite far to the north. So if I scoot back a couple of months, let's go to January, we'll see, oh, that looks pretty good, except that that's sunset. And we can see, if I just advance the time slider here towards sunset, so we're at 4:32, sunset's at 4:48. The altitude of the sun at that time is only 2.5 degrees above the horizon, but we got a 10-degree rise to the summit, so the sun's already well behind the mountain at this point. So this is not the date we want. We need the sun to be setting farther north so that it's higher in the sky as it passes behind the summit here. So let me scoot forward a few days. Let's try the 26th. So there's the 26th, and sun sets at 5:05. At 4:32, it's at 5 degrees, so still obscured, but better. So we need to go, I think, a few more days ahead. So let's try early February the 4th. 7.4 degrees, but it's a little bit north where we want, 9.8, so it's getting close. So I need the sun to be a little bit higher in the sky than that. The sun is setting to the north as we advance through the year, so I go forward a date, 10.1 degrees. Now 10.1 degrees is calculated to the center of the sun, and that's the angle to the summit of the mountain. So we probably want to go a day later, 10.3 degrees. So that means that we got the full sun in principle nestled in the summit of the mountain at 4:18 p.m. from this shooting position. It's important to think that you've got an awful lot of variables going on here. You can vary your date, we can vary the time obviously, and we can vary our shooting location. So this solution, 6th of February, really only applies for these locations here, for this shooting location here. If we were to drive further up this road towards the northwest, that's not going to be the right date anymore. I go there, and you see where our alignment is off, and we need to start going back in time, and also earlier in the day to get the sun further up. So there's quite a few things to play around with, but the key to nailing the timing for this shot is set your shooting location, work out the angle to the summit of the mountain from that location, and then vary the date for having set the time when the sun is just above the altitude, the angular altitude from where you're shooting. Hope that makes sense. And the key thing to take away from that is, if you're not looking at flat terrain when planning a shot, you need to be using the geodetics tools to work out the correct angle to see when the sun drops behind mountains, behind ridge lines, pops up above valleys, those sort of things. That's what this is for. If you happen to get a shot of the Fuji diamond, please let us know. Or if you have any other questions or comments, you can write to us at support@photoephemeris.com. Thank you.